Hello everyone, I'm your host Marco.
And I'm Nancy. Today, the topic we are going to discuss is important in everyone's life.
Yes, overthinking. This is a problem that most of us can relate to at some point in our lives.
So, what exactly is overthinking? I mean, we all have moments where we think deeply about something, but when does it cross the line into overthinking?
Overthinking is when your thoughts start going in circles, and instead of finding a solution, you end up feeling more stressed or confused. It's not just thinking deeply about something.
Is overthinking bad for our health?
That's a great question, Nancy. Yes, overthinking can be bad for our health, both mentally and physically.
Really? Can you please tell us a bit more?
When you overthink, it often leads to stress and anxiety, which can mess with your sleep, make you feel tired all the time, or even cause headaches and muscle tension.
But what about mental health you didn't mention?
Mentally, it can make you feel stuck, like you can't move forward or make decisions. Over time, this constant stress can even affect your immune system. It can also play a role in mental health issues like anxiety and depression.
Everything you're saying, is it scientifically proven?
That's a fair question, Nancy. Yes, what I'm saying is scientifically proven. Studies have shown that overthinking, especially when it's repetitive and negative, can trigger something called chronic stress.
I got you, but can you tell us about chronic stress?
Chronic stress releases hormones like cortisol, which, in high amounts over time, can weaken your immune system, disrupt your sleep, and even lead to issues like anxiety and depression.
Research in psychology and neuroscience also shows that overthinking can overstimulate the brain, making it harder to focus or process emotions effectively. So, it's not just a casual observation, it's backed by science.
Exactly. Do you think there's a specific reason for our overthinking?
That's an interesting question. I think there could be a lot of reasons. Maybe it's because we're afraid of making the wrong decision, or we're constantly worried about what others think of us.
Yes, maybe you're right. But I also think it could be tied to our natural tendency to want to control our lives. We often overanalyze situations to try to anticipate every possible outcome, thinking that, if we think hard enough, we can avoid making mistakes.
And let's not forget about social media. It's almost like we're constantly comparing ourselves to others, which creates even more anxiety.
That's right. We see highlight reels of other people's lives and start worrying about whether we're measuring up, which can add to our tendency to overthink our own choices and actions.
Let's ask our audience. Do you guys think that social media plays a big role in making us overthink? Do you ever find yourself comparing your life to others and getting caught up in those thoughts? Let us know what you think.
Actually, people are afraid of what-if scenarios like, what if I don't have the same success as others? Or, what if people judge me for my choices?
Exactly. So, when those what-if thoughts come up, like, what if I mess up in front of everyone? Or, what if I fail? Instead of letting our minds spiral, we can tell ourselves, okay, if that happens, then I'll take a deep breath, learn from it, and do better next time.
You know, a friend of mine told me he overthinks a lot, even when he's working or just cleaning at home. He said his mind keeps racing with thoughts.
I have a solution for this. First of all, we have to address the subject or topic you're overthinking about. Ask yourself, what exactly am I worried about?
I know. Once you identify it, write it in your Note mobile application and write, I will think about this separately at this time.
Exactly. Then we can think of a practical solution for it.
But do you know the funny part? At the end of the day, when we sit and open the notes, we see that most of these thoughts aren't important. Most of the thoughts are unnecessary.
Now let's talk about negative thoughts. How to stop negative thoughts?
This I personally have struggled with too. Stopping negative thoughts can be really challenging, but there are some strategies that have worked for me.
Well, negative thoughts can come for so many reasons. Sometimes it's because of stress. When we're overwhelmed, our mind naturally starts focusing on problems instead of solutions.
Another reason could be our past experiences. When we've faced failures or disappointments, our mind tends to hold on to those memories, making us fear similar outcomes. It's like a defense mechanism, but it often turns into unnecessary negativity.
Sometimes, it's also about comparison. When we constantly compare ourselves to others, on social media or in real life, we start feeling like we're not good enough. That can spiral into negative thoughts pretty quickly.
Now let's talk about the solutions. 1. Identify the negative thoughts. Write them down. Keep a journal or use a notes app to write down the negative thoughts. This helps you recognize patterns and triggers.
Exercising on a regular basis can have a profound positive impact on both your physical and mental health. One benefit exercise brings is that it can help relieve inner tension and worries.
Talk it over. If you find yourself struggling with negative thoughts and feelings, one way to overcome this is to find someone who is close to you and talk. Not only can this help you vent, but it also can be a great opportunity to reframe negative thoughts in a more positive light.
Turn negative into positive. Instead of thinking, "I always fail," reframe it to, "I'm learning from my mistakes and improving."
Now, it's time to learn new words. So the first word is articulate.
This is a nice word, articulate. What does it mean, by the way?
Articulate means being able to express yourself clearly and effectively.
Yes, it means someone who can communicate their thoughts or ideas in a way that's easy to understand, right?
Let me share some examples. She's so articulate that her speeches always inspire the audience. It means she expresses her ideas so clearly and effectively that her speeches inspire and motivate the people who listen to her.
In the interview, he was very articulate and answered every question perfectly. It means he communicated his thoughts clearly and effectively during the interview, providing precise and well-thought-out answers to every question.
So, the next word is sophisticated. What does it mean?
Sophisticated means having a lot of knowledge or experience, being cultured, or having refined tastes. It can also describe something that is advanced or complex.
Could you give an example?
Sure. For instance, she has a sophisticated sense of fashion. Means she has a refined and elegant style.
Let me give another example. The technology in this new phone is quite sophisticated, with advanced features that make it stand out. It means the phone has complex, high-level technology that makes it more advanced than simpler models.
Ah, I see. So sophisticated can describe both people and things, right?
Exactly. Another example could be, he has a sophisticated taste in music, always listening to classical and jazz. It means his music preferences are refined and show a deep appreciation